Now the next topic is parallel magnetic circuit. Now parallel magnetic circuit. When we are telling the circuits are parallel, tell me electrical part. When you are telling the circuits are parallel. Now this circuit which is showing on the screen, is it a series circuit or a parallel circuit?
Parallel.
Parallel.
Parallel. How many branches of the circuits are in parallel? How many branches of the circuit are in parallel? First branch is the RB. Yes, 3 branches are in parallel. Very good. First branch is RB. Second branch is the series combination of R and B. And third branch is the RA. That is RA resistance. So all 3 branches are connected in parallel. Okay. Now here out of these 3 branches, the middle branch is having the EMF. Middle branch is connected with EMF of the magnitude V volt. So this connected EMF in the circuit will supply the current I. Okay, and this current I will flow through this resistance, middle branch resistance R, and it will come to the junction point A. I'll say A is the junction point. Okay. After this junction point A, assume that the resistance RA and the resistance RB are of equal value. So, I'll repeat again. This EMF of the magnitude V volt have supplied the current I. This supplied current I is flowing through the branch resistance R, which is in the middle branch as it is, because it is connected in series with battery. So I supplied by battery or current I supplied by battery will go through as it is through the resistance R, and it will reach to the junction point A. Okay. Now after point A, this I supposed to divide into 2 different parts. One part will act as a I1, which will flow through the resistance RA, and another part, that is I2, which is supposed to flow through RB. So now tell me, I1 is flowing from which point to which point? I1 will flow through which path, I say? What is
Point
the
A
path
to
of I1?
point D.
A to D, then D to C,
D to
then C to B.
C to
Is it so?
Yes,
A to D, D to C, and C to B. Okay. Similarly, I2 will flow in which path?
A to E, E to F, F to B.
Very good. A to E, E to F, and F to B. Again, at this B junction point, what will happen? This I1 and I2 now will act as incoming current, and they'll add together, and at this junction point B, this I1 and I2 will add together, and again at negative plate of the battery, which current is going? As it is the total current I. Is it so?
Yes, ma'am.
At junction point B, the current I1 and the current I2 are acting as incoming current, and after junction point B, they'll add together and will make them as it is the total current I, and that total current I will go to the negative plate of the battery. Everybody understood that particular logic clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, now there are 3 branches. First branch is the middle branch. Okay. So, middle branch is carrying the current I. Okay. And having the resistance R. Okay. Then the EF branch. EF branch is having the resistance RB and taking the current I2 in that particular resistance. Then the DC branch, Then the DC branch is having the resistance RA, and the current flowing through this RA is I. Okay. Now tell me, the resistance RB and RA are connected in parallel. The resistance RA and RB are connected in parallel. So, In a parallel circuit, what we are getting same across the resistance? Current or voltage?
Voltage.
Voltage. Very good.
Voltage.
Okay. So can I say that I2 into RB, I2 into RB is the voltage drop across RB is equal to voltage drop across RA, which is equal to I1 into RA. I'll repeat again. The voltage drop across RB and the voltage drop across RA are equal. So
Yes.
I2,
Yes.
so I2 into RB is equal to I1 into RA. Can I say that? I2 into RB is equal
Yes,
to
ma'am.
I1 into RA. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now I2 into RB is the voltage across EF branch. I1 into RA is the voltage across DC branch. Okay. Now in this particular circuit, can I say the EMF applied is equal to the voltage drop in one side of the circuit, and EMF applied is equal to the voltage drop of another circuit. Now just see. The first equation E, this EMF E is equal to what I will say? The first drop, that is IR. Okay. Plus that I is further divided into I1 into RA. So at one side means, see the circuit A, D, C, B. One side of the circuit. A, D, C, B, A. A, D, C, B, A. So this particular circuit is having a flow of path of current which gives me two voltage drop. One is I1 into RA and another one is I into R. So what is my KVL? Kirchhoff's voltage law gives me, in any circuit, applied EMF is equal to sum of voltage drop. Applied EMF is equal to sum of voltage drop. Now how many EMF applied? 1. That is of the magnitude, say, V. Instead of E, I suppose write over here. Okay, sorry. So V is equal to, first voltage drop is IR and second voltage drop is I1 into R. Okay. Similarly, the second side of the circuit. Now see A, E, F, B and A. So in A, E, F, we are getting the resistance RB, which is having the current I2. So voltage drop is coming I into RB. Okay. Then in this particular path, how many EMF we are getting? Only one. Of the magnitude what? V. And what is the voltage drop? Again here we are getting IR. So again in the second side of the circuit, EMF equal to sum of voltage drop. So what will be your sum of voltage drop? I into R plus I2 into RB. Okay. Now this I want to show you because you can easily understand electrical circuit. Now similar way, I want to show you the magnetic circuit, which are called as a parallel magnetic circuit. Now let's see. This is the called as a parallel magnetic circuit. Now here there are two different windows. Okay. And these two different windows are having total 3 vertical sides and 2 horizontal sides. So 2 horizontal sides means F, A, D. Another one E, B, C. So there are 2 horizontal sides and 3 vertical sides. Now vertical side means FE is the first vertical side, AB is second vertical side and DC is third vertical side. Okay, now in this particular window, the middle side or the center vertical side is having a coil which is carrying a current I. Okay, so when the current I is flowing through that coil, the coil will establish the flux, say, of the magnitude phi. So this flux phi is going in, say, upward direction as per our right hand thumb rule. Okay, so this flux phi is going in upward direction. So at point A, this flux phi will get divided into two different magnitude. One is act as a phi 1, another is act as a phi 2. Okay. Now the phi 1 is a part of phi, maybe 50% or may not be 50%. Okay, it depends. Suppose here, the way here we have taken Ra and Rb. Okay. So here phi 1 magnitude depends on the reluctance of the path A, F, E, B, because flux phi 1 is flowing from point A to point F to point E to point B. Okay, are you getting it, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it is a window which is having 2 horizontal sides and 3 vertical sides. On the middle side of the window, okay, or there are 2 different sections of window. On the middle section, I have taken a coil, and that coil is taking a current I, and that current I has established the flux phi. That flux phi is flowing in upward direction. So at point A, the flux phi is dividing into 2 sections, phi 1 and phi 2. So flux section phi 1 is flowing from A to F, F to E and E to B. Okay. Similar way, the section phi 2 or the part phi 2 of the flux phi is flowing from A to D, A to D, then D to C, and again from C to B. Okay, now tell me, at junction point B, what will happen to that flux phi 1 and phi 2? Again they will add together. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And then again from point B in the upward direction, again the total flux phi is only flowing. Is it so?
Yes, ma'am.
समजतंय का नाही समजत आहे? नाही समजत असेल तर परत एकदा सांगते. कळलं का नाही कळलं?
कळलंय मॅम.
कळलं. मग आता मला तुम्ही सांगा की in this particular magnetic circuit, the flux phi is having how many paths to flow?
Two
Two.
path.
Okay, it means the flux phi gets divided into 2 different paths. Okay, so that this particular circuit is called as a parallel magnetic circuit. So here flux divides, whereas in previous circuit, in the ring section which we have seen, in that the total flux phi doesn't divide. The flux phi flows same throughout the ring. Flux phi doesn't divide in any path. Her flux phi doesn't get any other path to flow. It is having only one path to flow. So when there is only one path to flow for flux, it is called as a series magnetic circuit. And when flux divides into number of paths, it is called as a parallel magnetic circuit. Is it simple to understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, when flux divides, it means it is a parallel magnetic circuit. And when flux doesn't divide, it is having only throughout one common path to flow, it is called as a series magnetic circuit. Okay. Now, in this magnetic circuit, you will not have any numerical. Okay, they may ask you only theory questions because they have mentioned that this particular topic will not have any numericals. Okay, but they may ask you twisted theory questions. Okay, so now let's solve or try to understand logically. Okay, now the total MMF of this particular circuit is what? The coil turns, that is N, and the total current I which is flowing through the coil. So Ni. Okay, so Ni is my total MMF of this particular circuit. Now this Ni is giving me the flux phi which is flowing through the path AB. Okay, the total flux phi is flowing through the path AB. So to flow that flux phi in the section AB, what the MMF I required? That is the first bracket. MMF required for the path AB. So in AB path, the MMF which we required to flow the flux phi is called as the MMF required for the path AB. Okay. Now, next is that flux phi has divided into two different sections, that is phi 1 and phi 2. Now, phi 1 is flowing through A, F, E, B. So, to drive that flux phi 1, how much is the MMF required, or where the MMF required? The MMF required for the flux path A, F, E, B. Okay. So, addition of first bracket, that is AB MMF, and the MMF of AFEB.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, आवाज अटकतोय.
Now let's repeat. What is the meaning of? Now am I audible clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Now we want to understand the meaning of this equation. Whatever it is on the screen. Total MMF required I want to find out. Okay. Now let's repeat the first part. Here what I have written in electrical circuit. The total EMF is equal to one side of the circuit. That one side of the circuit is taking the drop IR, that is middle branch, plus I1 into RA, that is one side of the drop. So IR plus I1 into RA is equal to EMF applied, E. So this is my total EMF of the circuit taken one side of the circuit. Second equation gives me the EMF applied to the circuit by taking the second side of the circuit. Second side of the circuit means what? IR plus I2 into RB. Okay, so similar way here also we have two different paths of the flux flow. One is ADCB, which is carrying the flux phi 2, and another one is AFEB, which is carrying the flux phi 1. Okay, so you can take any one path. So I said total MMF required is equal to MMF required for the path AB, that is the middle branch, okay, AB, okay, and then say the path of phi 1, say the path of phi 1. Now to flow the flux phi 1, what is the MMF required? MMF required for the path AFEB. When I'll add these two MMF, MMF of AB path and MMF of AFEB, what I'll get? I'll get the total MMF. Or the second equation for total MMF, I'll get that MMF required for the middle branch AB plus the MMF of ADCB plus the MMF of ADCB, I'll get the total MMF. म्हणजे मी इथे काय केलं आहे? I have written only one single equation. Total MMF required for the middle branch MMF plus any side MMF, any one side. There are two different sides. Okay, AFEB is one path and ADCB is the another path. When we are adding the MMF of any one path, we can find out the total MMF required. So further, I have taken what? If the middle branch AB, okay, it is having the reluctance say SC, reluctance of middle section, that is AB section. Let S1 is the reluctance of AFEB, which is carrying the flux phi 1, Then S2 is the reluctance of the path which is carrying the flux phi 2, that is ADCB. So what I write? Total reluctance S, which is equal to Ni, total reluctance S, which is equal to Ni, equal to phi SC, that is middle branch reluctance, plus phi 1 into S1, that is the left hand side part, AFEB. The flux through that particular section is phi 1 and the reluctance of that particular section is S1. So phi SC plus phi 1 S1 will give me Ni, first equation. Second equation, Ni equal to again phi SC, that is the middle branch, plus the second part that is ADCB. ADCB is having the phi flux phi 2 and the reluctance is S2. So phi SC plus phi 1 S1 will give me Ni, that is first equation, or phi SC plus phi 2 S2 will give me another equation of Ni. So this is called as a parallel circuit. So they, in the MCQ exam, no, they will show you the figure and they may ask you the questions that the flux will flow through dash number of different paths, 1, 2, 3 or 4. So you have to take 2, first option. They may ask you that first question, S1 with the reluctance of AFFB, ADCB or any names they will give you. So you have to find out that path properly. Okay. Another question they may ask you that equation of Ni. So Ni will be what? Ni will be phi SC plus phi 1 S1 plus phi 2 S2, or Ni will be phi SC plus phi 1 S1, or Ni will be phi SC plus phi 2 S2. काय येणार आन्सर? आय विल रिपीट. समजा त्यांनी ह्या फिगर मध्ये असं विचारलं की टोटल Ni इज इक्वल टू, फर्स्ट ऑप्शन Ni इक्वल टू phi SC plus phi 1 S1 plus phi 2 S2. Second equation, Ni equal to phi SC plus phi 1 S1. Third, Ni equal to phi SC plus phi 2 S2. And fourth option is option number 2 and 3.
Second option.
Option number 2 and 3.
हाँ, ऑप्शन नंबर 2 and 3. म्हणजेच माझं कुठलं ऑप्शन तुम्ही क्लिक करायला पाहिजे होतं? फोर्थ ऑप्शन. लास्ट ऑप्शन. कळलं? समजतंय? ओके. जर तुम्ही सेकंड ऑप्शन क्लिक केलं किंवा थर्ड ऑप्शन क्लिक केलं, मे बी तुम्हाला अर्धा मार्क ते लोक देतील. मे बी. आय एम नॉट शुअर. ओके. सो दिस इज कॉल्ड पॅरलल मॅग्नेटिक सर्किट. एव्हरीबडी अंडरस्टूड क्लिअरली? Clearly understood, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.